Hey, welcome back to New Day Northwest. You know, as soon as we heard about this next event, we knew we had to try to get him on our show. The life and music of the one and only Beyoncé Knowles has inspired something called the Beyoncé Mass, and it's coming to Seattle this week, and here to tell us all about it is Reverend Yolanda Norton. Welcome to New Day.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
We are so glad to have you because we just had to find out more about this. What inspired this idea using Beyoncé's music in a religious mass?
So I'm a professor of religion. I teach Hebrew Bible, and I teach a class called Beyoncé in the Hebrew Bible. And so it's my way of encouraging my students to think about how Black women's lives intersects with Scripture.
I love this.
And so the first assignment for the students was to plan a worship service that told the stories of Black women, but no hymns, no gospel music. You've got to use the music of Beyoncé.
So did they change the music, or did they kind of mash it up together? How does the music work? Because I can imagine all the single ladies, does that come into the mass at all?
We have not used that yet.
Okay.
No, we don't change the music. Sometimes we will take a couple of verses out for the sake of the storytelling component.
Yeah.
But it really is, there's a way that her lyrics, her music is really designed to tell Black women's stories, to give a window into our emotions, and so it's all a part of the experience.
We're seeing you there on Upstage and some of the beautiful artwork that I see have been created for this. What has the reaction been like?
It's been overwhelmingly positive. So when we did the first one in San Francisco about 4 years ago, we expected there to be 100 people there. We had 1,000 folks show up.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it was this moment of really realizing that this was something that people are looking for, that resonates, that as people are becoming more suspicious of the church, that this is something that draws them in and allows them to find space for themselves. So we're trying to create a kind of theological experience for folks that isn't judgmental, doesn't push people away, but talks about us all as reflections of God.
And speaking of religion, have you had any challenges merging pop culture and religion, or any pushback?
I haven't had any challenges writing the worship services. We, of course, get pushback from people who aren't reading what we're talking about, people who think that we're worshiping Beyoncé, all those kinds of things. So you just learn to take it in stride, and as long as there are people who are coming, who are having kind of a positive impact being at the service, we'll keep doing this work.
No false idols, just positive impact.
That's it.
I love that. I love that. What do you hope people take away from this event?
I hope that people are able to see how Black women are a positive impact in the world. I hope Black women are able to see themselves as the center of a conversation about who God is in the world, which rarely happens. And I hope all people kind of feel welcome and affirmed in that space and energized to be positive presences in the world.
It sounds like a really safe and welcoming space for everyone to be able to go, to learn, to feel empowered. I'm really excited about this. But I have to ask you before we go on, what is your favorite Beyoncé song and why?
Yeah, so that's a really hard one because it's the soundtrack of my life. But if I had to go right now, I think that I would go for Bootylicious.
I mean, hey, I love that. Was my favorite one too.
There you go.
That was the single ladies, I liked it, but I like the Bootylicious one.
Yeah.
That is a great one. Yeah. What you're doing is great. Thank you so much, Reverend, for taking the time to come on our show to talk about this. I really hope that I can attend. And if you want to attend, hey, listen, we've got a link to the tickets for the Beyoncé Mass on our website. Tickets are free. You hear me? Free. They just need to count how many people are attending, because again, 100 or 1,000, they need to know.